What is up? So we are officially under quarantine orders, and I've chosen to pick one of the most remote places I can find up on a mountain, Otay Mountain. So anyways, I wanted to take a minute and talk about these cool structures over here. So I went online and I read up as much as I could on these, but apparently there's just not really a whole lot of information. I mean, we can tell by a few indicators about how old they are. One, the use of block. This is a standard size block. This is going to be a 6 by 18, I think. And these size blocks are super common and have been super common for about 80 years. Maybe even, about 80 years. So, I mean, this structure can't really be older than 80 years old. And then you'll notice they also have things like plumbing. That's a copper pipe, so that's not even conduit. And then looks like we have some type of sewage runoff type thing over here. Believe it or not, all the way down that hole, I see Legos. That's crazy. Anyways, a lot of stuff online says this is World War II. Oh, look, more conduit. A lot of stuff online says this is World War II-ish. So I would say so. That has it listed as an ammo cache. So, first thing that kind of threw me for a loop about this was, if it's an ammo cache, why did they put bars on these sealed off? Like, why did they put bars? Why didn't they just put giant steel doors? And then I realized fires have swept through here a bunch, right? So lots of fires have swept through here and probably burnt off any and all wood that would have been up in there. So it's very possible that this whole area right here, this whole graded area, was actually a big ass building, and the only things that we see left are the two safe like vaults that held the important stuff. But another thing has got me kind of not concerned, but kind of weirded out. I can't for the life of me figure out oh, hi bike, what that's all about. It actually looks like a flue space. You see, it goes all the way up, and we'll take a look at it from the upside. We have these as well, but if we do a little bit of hiking, we'll see that this is where it comes out of, right up at the top. And there's bolts there, so it's quite possible that there used to be more stuff going straight up, like a higher flue, for like stuff to get out of. Oh my god. I hear water running. That is so cool sounding. I can't see where the water's running, but you can hear it. It's not underground. Let's see if I can get the microphone closer. I don't know, that's pretty badass. But anyways, it was sprinkling a little bit this morning, and this clay turns to real slick mud, so I'm kind of curious on how I'm going to get out of here. But what you can't see down yonder is Tijuana. I'm going to go climb over here on this side, and we're going to go take a look. By the way, that's the trail I came up, which now looks more like a river. Anyways, to further support my hypothesis that this was all a wood structure at some point in time, it's kind of hard to tell right now because it's so muddy, but there are just a gajillion nails all in the mud, all in the dirt. Tons and tons and tons of nails. So it's probably all nails that were holding everything together. Real quick before I climb up the top the other side. This is some type of, I don't know, maybe a stairway down to a lower level. Looks like it's been filled full of trash, maybe a collapse of some sort. But it almost certainly looks like it was access to a lower level, at least a level beneath here. Oh, and if you look at this, we have ABS plastic. So there's something going on in there. I mean, this is relatively new stuff. This is not old ancient stuff. Who knows how far that goes down? Anyways, here we have our first set of doors, still intact. And then, so we got this first little room, first little area, covered in soot from people setting it on fire, burning stuff in here. Lots of partying, good times, I suppose. And here, through our second set of doors, is another room. This one has this trend. You'll notice this indentation here, which I can only imagine from the walls and the floor, was for some type of conduit to run electricity, because the electrical conduit runs to this, and then we have junction boxes. So I would assume that they had drywall over this, and in this area is where they ran all their wires. Oh yeah, you can see wire C-clamps or whatever you call those. So that's how this whole place was wired up. It had electricity. There was something going on in here, something functional. It's very possible that this room was some type of like server relay, like an important like electronic relay thing. Maybe it had a giant antenna that came out of this hole up here. Big antenna that came out of there. Now here's another thing I want to point out, is this couch that's been torched. I was here 10 days ago and it was intact. So a lot of fun people coming up here having good times. Partying it up like it's the apocalypse. Anyways, another thing I want to look at here is you'll notice there's a hole right there, and there's a hole at the exact opposite side right there. All right, let's climb up top. Beautiful. All right, let's see how I'm gonna do this. It's not the getting up part, it's the coming back down part. So anyways, we can see a little bit better now. It's all it's Tijuana. You can see the border wall kind of going diagonalish right there, and then that's all TJ. Anyways, those holes that I pointed out are right here. People have done us the favor of throwing beer cans and stuff down in there, but you'll see it's super well insulated, so that must mean that heat or something is coming up through there. There's a hole in the center of the room, and then the exact opposite, I've got another flue space. This leads me to believe that this is probably a top floor, an upper area for the structure that used to be here, because like I was saying, we only have the stuff that can't burn left. Right. Yeah, I don't want to fall and die. All right, I'm gonna climb back down. Can I climb this way? I sure can. I don't know if I can. Let's try it out. All right. All right. Beware, I live. A super recent bonfire. Maybe that's where all the nails and stuff are coming from. People burning shit. Anyways, we're gonna go on a look. There's even more. This did serve a purpose. Semi-recently, it had to have served a purpose semi-recently. Anyways, I'm gonna go climb it a little bit more because up here is only level 1. Down there is level 2. So I'm gonna leave my bike up here and I'll be right back. So as much as I want to get down there, I'm gonna have to come up with a clever plan of attack, because what I thought was a trail to potentially get down there ends up being this. And I mean, it's not that bad, but my penalty for failure is complete misery. On my way over here though, did notice chain link fence. Probably had a pretty little yard. What would you need a chain link fence up here for? It just doesn't make any sense. Think of all the parties people have had up here. Look how broken glass and shit. Drinking, fighting, fucking, all sorts of fun stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna find a different way to get down there. Which might mean I have to get back on my bike and take on that. It does look like there's a footpath this way. Yeah, I'm not getting down there from up here. I do see what looks like a, let's see, looks like a path going up this way right here. So I'm gonna come at it from up there. See you on the other side. I wanted to, before I head down that other trail, I wanted to show this thing off. It's another structure. It's like a, looks like it was a building within a building, like they put these big, thick, like, you know, that's like at least 2.5, no, at the base it'd be 3 feet. It's a 3 foot wall all the way around another building, and you can see the footings here. But so this building would have been made out of wood. So they had a wood building, a wood structure that measures probably like 8 feet by 8 feet, surrounded by a big ass 8 foot tall, 3 foot thick brick wall. It's pretty insane. Oh no, it's crazy. And the entrance is on this side, and then the entrance to this structure would have been right here. So you'd have come in there and then go there. But unlike the other ones, this one faces east. Meanwhile, all the other ones face directly south. They look right at the border. Huh. Anyways, there's that. I'm gonna go on a hike. Found what I think is the trail, or a trail. At least yeah. This looks good. Haven't seen another soul up here, so I'm assuming no one's gonna steal me a bike. This is how I'm spending my COVID-19 forced vacation. It's not a forced vacation. I didn't want to go to work. Right. Man, I really hope this is it, because I can't see shit. Whew. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna scare the shit out of me if any humans are down here. Or anything that breathes. Look at this. Look at that. It's asphalt. This was a paved road. Man. This is a paved road. Here we are. And my dumbass left my flashlight. But the bike. Man. All right, so I think I figured it out, at least from my super small brain. This place was had to have been for collecting data, transmitting data or intelligence, something. My bet is it was just for monitoring the border. As we can see, it just overlooks the border. So there's a paved road that came down here. And my guess is people would, I think there used to be a window there. People would come in through here. This is the main entrance. And there used to be a wood structure here, obviously, because of the way the footing's put together and all the anchor bolts. But there would have been a foyer or something. But it wouldn't have come out that far because we have an external window here. And it's not a room-to-room window. And then we would have had double doors here. They would have been steel doors. And then we enter here, and this would be like an office. You would have desks, etc. This is where people would work. There would be a floor here, obviously, but you would have had covers on this. And this is where all the wires were run. So from computer to computer, from station to station, all your wires would be run here. And they go under the walls to the next ones. We've got ourselves a little bit of a skylight going on. And then notice this lines up perfectly, so that would have come out here where people could patch into it. outlets. All right, outlets. And now we have the hallway. Look, a bird made its nest up there. And we got a couple more offices. Let's see if I can get my light going. It's about as bright as I can get the light. A couple offices here. I'm assuming higher ranking or individuals, or at least individuals that needed rooms where they could lock their stuff up. This one and this one. This guy's lucky because he has a window. But again, there's where they're running all their wires. There's some wood left. Then we go through here and we got another room, probably with more desks, more stations, workstations, and then we have another set of double doors. Through this set of double doors, you'll notice there's 3 landings. They're all corresponding to the flues behind them. These flues go up and out. So I'm assuming that these vented outside, maybe they were generators to bring power here, or, God, I really don't know. I mean, I'm not that smart of a guy. But they're all identical, and there's 3 of them. And it had to have been top secret. I notice we got 3 thingies here. And that would have brought, I don't know, data or power. This can't be that old. And judging by the conduit and the ABS plastic pipes and stuff like that I'm seeing, this is probably 1980s. Maybe Cold War. Maybe fear of Fidel coming across the southern border. We're facing exactly southwest. Let's see if I can get up on top of this thing, or at least behind it. Oh, okay. It goes way up further than I thought it would. Here's another piece of conduit coming out of the ground that probably runs up to the structure up higher. Actually, nope. This is for a fence. This is part of a fence. We got a cliff. Do I dare climb? Do I dare risk it and get my muddy? Oh, I'm slipping. Oh, I'm a slipping. I'm a slippery boy. My God. Oh, there's a lizard. I see a lizard. All right. All right, up on top here. Here's the 3. Hey, lizard, don't run away. Be my friend. Don't suicide in there. Okay. Look, here's his tail. He doesn't know I can see it. Boop, boop. Oh, so those 2 skylight things, probably for more conduit to come out the top and back over. There would have been conduit here. Oh, you know what it is? It's air conditioning. That's what it is. Air conditioning. Oh, and this makes sense. Hola! Good, yourself? Ah, there's some people up there. That is cool. Over here we've got who knows what. It's definitely something. You know what? It had to have been something that ran up this hill, because the whole hillside's graded for some reason. Yeah, and that's that skylight that I pointed out earlier. Yeah. Let's see, let's do a cool little camera trick where I put a $400 camera down a hole. Shotgun shells, what the fuck are those down there for? Alright, I'm gonna get down and then we'll check that area out. Whew. If I can get down. Yeah, this would have been air conditioning then. That's what this was. There. There used to be a roof on here because you can see the tar paper. All right, how do we do this? That is how Jesse died. There's the tar paper. This couldn't have been that old. Not that old. This thing was probably in use all the way up until, you know. There's humans up there. Neat. Old people. Alright, so coming directly out of that hole, which was directly lined up with the conduit, the ground conduit, as well as the skylight, we have a footing right here. So it came right there, and then right here, in one straight ass line. And then this would have been a water tower, maybe? What do you think? I have no clue. I'm thinking this is probably a water tower. But then what's the footing for that? Let's go. Let's look straight down. Straight down the hill. Straight down. A pipe would have came up here to pump water up to the water tower. Is it a wooden water tower? Why is it gone? Why are there no bands? There would have been some bands left. Metal bands. Neat. Well, that's the end of this. That's what I got. That's everything. Those are the bunkers up on Otay Mountain. People call them the bunkers. I'm supposing they're bunkers. There's just no data about them, at least none that I could find. So if anybody's watching this video and they know anything about these quote bunkers, and leave a comment, say something, let me know, because I'm just super curious. I'm mega curious. Neat. Oh, that is just the fucking coolest thing. How did I not see this? Natural California beauty. What do we got down here? Barrels, 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 barrels. Barrel. Isn't that a mattress? Oh, those guys were neat. They said to look up Otay Mining Company, that these structures belonged to the Otay Mining Company, the asphalt, and were later used by the military for border surveillance. And they had a big antenna up there at that top one. Went on what I did find online. I found some pictures from the early 2000s, but I didn't find anything from before that. So I'm wondering if this whole area was inaccessible before that, or the advent of digital cameras not existing until the 2000s, at least not existing at a good price point.
Yeah, but the graffiti didn't seem to really appear until just a few years ago. That coincides with all these knuckleheads writing the date, you know. Chad was here 2016. I gotta say, if you come up here with the intention of spray painting Flavor Town on the side of a building, you're kind of an asshole. I mean, you went and you bought the paint, or at least got it, and then you brought it all the way up with the intention of painting Flavor Town on the side of a fucking building. That's kind of dumb. You're kind of a waste. Anyways. Not a bunch of cool old people. I think my shoe came untied. I got a flippy floppy shoe going on. I think I'm gonna upload all of this just raw. I'm not gonna edit a damn thing. Everyone's gonna have to listen to me talking about my flippy floppy shoe. Whew. What's up, post? Damn, that's some thick ass metal. Look at that. Went in, didn't come out. Whoa, went in, came out. That's sick. All right, let's keep hiking. Oh, this way. All right. My bike's still there. Wanted to go check something else out real quick while I'm down here. So, you know those buildings I showed you earlier with the bars on them? According to these gentlemen back here, they said that the bars were put on 20 years ago. That for a short moment in time, the Border Patrol would use this area to hold on to illegals that they caught up here. And that would explain some of the plastic conduit that I saw up there. Or not conduit, but a plastic drainage and irrigation pipe that I saw buried up in there. So they probably had to make sure these guys had water and a place to piss. But that's why those bars are there. Pretty neat. So yeah, there's a lot of story up here. Otay Mining Co. Oh, and that building up there, it was the building within a building. That was where they housed the dynamite. See, more asphalt. Hey, so I have gotten down here. This is as far as I go, south at least, to this, and I feel completely like isolated and alone all the way down here. But just to let you know where I'm at the inland San Diego border of Mexico. But it's a beautiful Tuesday. It's around noon. Not a whole lot of action right now. But there's one thing I can guarantee you, is that I am not alone. I am far from alone. Because right now, this very minute, these mountains behind me are covered in Border Patrol, all looking at me right now through the most badass binoculars. Like literally the most killer binoculars. I want some of those binoculars. Anyways, this is a pretty cool little doodad here. I saw another little trail that I'm gonna go down, but until then, I'm gonna throw this GoPro on my helmet. Get some cool footage. Okay.